Hello, this is Quasi Noob Gamer, and I'm going to continue Kerbal Space Program from where I left off. And right now I'm going to spend some science. Going to get the survivability, which will give me some stuff. Do I need anything from here? I don't really need anything, but I could use some stuff. There we go, got 9 science left. Let's see. This sucker here, we can get some extra science from. What's this? We can get 5% funds turned into 1 science. Yeah, it's not gonna work. And I'm not gonna sell science for funds. So what do? I ignore that. And we check what we have. Got orbit, Kerbin, and escape the atmosphere. So first things first, I gotta escape the atmosphere. For that, apparently I'm gonna need a dual stage rocket. I'm going to start off with the capsule, put the parachute, standard parachute on, and since we are leaving the atmosphere on the way back, we're going to burn hard, so it's going to have to use a heat shield. But in order to reduce weight, we're going to reduce the amount of heat shield. We're going to go ahead and have 60 heat shield. And there we're going to put a separator. And of course, since we're going up, we're going to want to get our science back. Science would be under science tab. We're going to have these here in symmetry mode too. And let's see, hold shift and scroll to zoom in. That's not high enough for me, so I'm going to put it a bit higher, right below the parachutes. And we're going to, and kitty, off the table. We're going to offset these to where they're going further, so we get, whoops, too far. A little bit down, and a little bit in. Hold shift, it'll reduce the increments, not too far. Let's see, yeah, that should be covered by the heat shield. So we're going to keep those. And we're going to put a Science Junior on here. Zoom out a bit. And I'm going to get that on EVA, but in order to do that, I'm going to have to get out in space first. So we're going to get fuel tanks. I'm going to go ahead and put, say, 3 fuel tanks, and of course we're going to need a good solid rocket to push us upwards. Before that stage, wait, let's see, that's going to add about 4,000 on there. No, 2,000. See how much is the fuel. Fuel's really minuscule, so it's going to cost me 2,000. We're going to put a separator on there. And we're going to thrust up with a solid booster. We have this sucker. Off the table, kitty. Oh, my cat's name is Neko, by the way, in case you were wondering. Hold shift, lift this up, make sure it's not on the ground. And in order to keep going straight, we're going to put fins. We're going to go ahead and put 3 fins. It'll keep us going in one direction and cost less than 4. Here we're going to limit the thrust to, say, 65. Let's go ahead and go to 80. This should keep us going straight up. And I think that's it for now. Okay, so we're gonna, let's see, what pilots I have Valentina as she's a pilot and she hasn't gone to space, so we're gonna use her, get her some experience. And we're gonna launch. We put T to use the stabilizer. Go ahead and move this down here so it fires when that separates. Then we have the separation and then parachute, that looks good. Go ahead and throttle up and fire. This should take us to the thing, and I'm gonna go ahead and shoot the screenshot now. And take that off so we can take a picture of this here. That should be the picture. Now we go. Check it out. We're going straight up. And once this reaches 0, we're gonna stage and go. Full power. And nope. Guess I needed some wings there too. Wrong button. That's gonna cost me money. But since I'm up here, might as well get some the remainder of that science. I'm gonna time accelerate downwards. Well, since we're going pretty slow, I'm gonna go ahead and deploy the chutes. That'll keep us from going too fast and crashing into something. And then we're gonna re-increase our time acceleration till we get, say, around 8,000. We're going to slow it down. We don't want to risk the parachute getting ripped off. And I'm at 800. We'll reduce it, deploys, whoops, and it deploys slowly. So it reduces us, and we're going to time warp back. She's going to get some experience, and we're going to get very little science, and we've lost plenty of funds. We didn't even break altitude record. Might as well get the, oh, we're in the tundra. That means we can do an EVA and get science that way. Because I didn't have it from the tundra, so it's going to be more science than I expected. I'm gonna take data and restore it, and then we get off and we take an EVA report and pick it up. Take science from the tundra. Oh wait, I guess I have to be inside since I'm not a scientist. We're gonna go up it and board. Now we can do it. And we keep it, and we recovered the vessel. It's not a very effective flight, but I'm going to try not to revert unless it's an emergency. And that gave us 14.3 science. We recovered 2,000 funds from what we had left. And she got 1 experience point and 33 reputation. So we're going to try that again, but we're going to modify the rocket. Going to put fins up here too, so it'll keep us going straight. Again, we're going to go with 3 this way. That should keep us going straight after we launch. It should get us into space, if just barely. gonna launch. Let's see, no, I didn't change it, and I am not going to. Gonna go ahead and shift up, throttle up, put our SAS, and we're gonna launch. Turn a little bit if we can. Yep, we're turning a little bit. That should be good. That's a slight gravity turn. As the rocket goes up, we slightly turn, the gravity pulls the nose, so we start tilting. And we start accelerating. Then we stage, we lose that. We stage again, and then that goes up. And we're going pretty high, so we can throttle down. We got a new altitude and speed record. We're going to turn a little bit this way. Nope, too much. Going to turn back up if we can. And again, we didn't. Why? Okay, now we're facing upwards, so we're gonna thrust upwards, try to get force our way back upwards, trying to get back upwards so we can get even higher. My problem is I started nosing too high. I started turning too hard, and the wind got caught and flipped me out of the direction. Did I make it into space? Barely made it into space if the wind doesn't slow us down too much. You'll know you're in space when music changes. Space starts at about 770,000 meters. And I got a few more meters to go. That's not dropping as fast, so yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make it into space. Oh, that's right, I can't EVA, so this is gonna be a waste of science here. I wish I could keep that, but unfortunately I'm just losing science. I'm not keeping the science, and I can't EVA. So that's no good. But we do have this here. High altitude atmospheric research. I'm going to keep that, and then we're going to take a crew report from space. I wish I had the EVA, but I do not. And we're going to observe group from space. That should give us some science. It's going to give us some plenty of cash. We got altitude record gave us 74. Escape the atmosphere gave us 49. Distance gave us 18. Altitude gave us 9. 6. Speed gave us 19. Altitude gave us 26. I got mostly altitudes and maybe some speed records and distance records too. So I got plenty of money. I can upgrade my astronaut facility, which will give me the ability to EVA. And since we're falling, we'll turn a little bit and get rid of that. Turn that, because we want to keep retro-ish. That's pro, that's retrograde. That way the heat shield will take all the heat, and since I'm going to be coming in fast, it's going to be a lot of heat. We want to speed to where the reheat entry, well, the entry reheat is about to start. It usually starts about 35, I think. As you can see, the wind cut the old stage, and I'm talking a lot. I rarely ever do that. And since it's empty, it's pretty light, and it's got a lot of surface area, so it gets more wind drag. And there we are. We've entered reheat area, which is because we're going fast and we're compressing the air in front of us. And that's plasma. It's really, really hot air. And we're going regular time warp because we want to get under 250. I think it's what's going to be done in the other one. So the parachute doesn't rip off. And once that's done, we do that and we check the G-forces. It's not a lot of G-forces, so it's maybe up to 5 Gs, which is pretty comfortable considering. I missed the splash. They want my other stage, and I hate clicking out of the screen. But yeah, once again, around here, the parachute opens completely. We slow down. And then we speed up again to so we're in the water. Or just above it. And we have splashdown, and then I flip over. If I flip over, I turn it a bit. See, yeah, I turn it to where the that's where I could reach it, so I can get out. EVA, and we get more science here. Then we take the report. And we take it and then we store it, and we let go so I can take the VEA report from the water, and then we try to climb the sucker. It's not necessary. You don't need to be in there to recover vessel. It'll just recover your kerbal. But this here's just more convenient. We board, and we take another crew report. That's the main reason I wanted to get back in there. We get a crew report from the actual water, and after that, we recover the vessel. And that gave us 42 science. That's quite a bit of science, especially since I couldn't EVA out in space. See, we returned the same value as last time, a little bit less because we're further from the space center. And she didn't gain XP because she's pretty much already flown in that area. And I don't know how to read this here yet, but I'm guessing it's increased a bit too. So before we go, we're going to upgrade the facility. It's going to be 75,000. I got enough, and then we're going to go in here and get more science stuff so we can do more science. Actually no, we need better rockets so we can make it further. What do we need? Clamps right there. And here we have another cockpit and winglets, which we might need. And here we have basic science. We want it for the battery and for the thermometer. The comms aren't a big deal because I'm not sending out probes. I do want this LV909. It'll help you greatly while in space. It's got a good fuel to thrust ratio for smaller rockets, which should be the upper stages. Here what you'd want is the strut connector. It'll make your rockets more stable in takeoff. The fuselage I don't need. The adapter I don't need. The launch stability enhancer. It's a good thing to have because sometimes your rocket sticks to the launch pad, and these keep it off the launch pad, so you can stay off the launch pad so you don't get stuck. Pretty much repeated myself. The winglets help you steer in the atmosphere so you have less flip chances. The inline reactor wheel gives you more torque to turn your vessel, and that's another cockpit for aircraft. So here I can start launching probes because I need the probe core and battery to store up the power to control the probe core. But what I really want is the battery and the thermometer for orbits. So we're going to take that. We have 28 left, and go ahead and use this because I really want the radial decouplers so I can launch better. And the aerodynamic cones, they're good because it gives you less resistance so you can launch better, so I'm going to pick that up too. Aviation's good for certain things, but I'm not going to do that stuff yet. I can't even afford it. So let's see. And the rockets are going to be heavier, so we might. Let's see, size, weight. Yeah, we need more than 18 tons since the rockets are going to be bigger and heavier. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade it. Oops, wrong button. I meant to right click, not left click. So we're going back. That's going to cost us way too much, so I'm not going to upgrade that yet. And the science is even more. This here is 150, but I don't really need it. Let's see what content we got. You can ferry people around, but I don't have a proper control for it. Visual surveys, and we can test. We have parts testing, but I'll look at that stuff on the next time because it's been 23 minutes. So I'm gonna stop here, and well, I'll see you next time, I suppose. Bye.